So I don't just eat, I cook too. Today I decided to make albondigas. You need ground beef, pato sauce, cilantro, potato. You can also put corn if you like. And I'm using chipotle in a glass and calabazas. So these are the seasonings I use. I recommend, or I emphasize, the Chef Merito seasoning. That's what I use for all of my meat dishes. But other than that, you can just use whatever seasonings you like to use. And this is about how much I put. As you can see, it's just enough to cover the meat. So that can kind of give you an idea of how much seasoning to use. And right here, I was forming my albondigas. It was so cold. My hand was getting a brain freeze. But here's the albondigas ready to go in. I filled the pot maybe a quarter of the way and waited till it started boiling. Then I threw them in. And I made about 20 meat. I also wanted it to taste extra beefy, so I threw in some of this fuzz seasoning. And when it started boiling, that's when I threw the pato sauce in. All of it, every last drop. And now if you don't want it that spicy, you're going to put about this much chipotle sauce. So about that much. If you don't want it that spicy. If you do want it more spicy, put more. I put almost half of it. And I also threw in some onions. So this is how I cut my potato. I cut it into about 4 pieces. And then I cut it just, well, you can see, just cut it just like that. You don't want to make your potatoes too small. Otherwise, they will mush up. But these are perfect bite-sized pieces. And I threw them in. This was probably about after 30 minutes of the albondigas boiling by themselves. And I also threw in the frozen corn. This is just what I had in my freezer. So now I'm checking if the potatoes are soft. This was about after 15 minutes. And then that's when I threw in the calabazas. I throw them in toward the end because I do want them a little more crunchy. And also threw in cilantro. Now I'm just looking for my lid. And I covered it for about 15-20 minutes on low. You want to put on a low heat because if you keep it at a medium or higher temperature, the potatoes are going to be mushy. And let me know if you want a rice recipe. My rice is amazing. So after the 15 minutes is up, I'm just checking on my meatballs. And everything is done. Everything looks good. And I served myself. This is how my bowl looked. And I added lemon also. Lemon is mandatory with albondigas. And I'm just going to try it here. And you can also add avocado. You can add more hot sauce. You can add different vegetables. Like carrot. What else can you add? Really anything. And it was super hot, but it was so good. And I'm trying the potato now. The potato was perfect. It was soft, but not mushy. I would say with albondigas, my favorite is the potato. The potato and the albondigas, of course. I was also able to make 20 meatballs with 2 pounds of ground beef. So it's perfect for about 4 people. What else can I share with you guys? Oh, I get 93% lean, 7% fat. So that's my albondigas recipe. I hope you try it. I hope you enjoy. I hope you try to make albondigas. Oh, and right here, I did forget something very important. I love crunch, so I did grab a tostada. So we definitely want to eat it with the tostada. Gives it that crunch. It's my favorite. All right, have a good night.